Everyone, I'm Isiah.
I'm Taylor.
And welcome to the TI Show, Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Because we didn't post the second one yet.
We've been busy.
And by busy, we mean lazy.
Yeah.
we haven't been able to post a new one because we haven't gotten around to it because we're lazy.
That's alright, though.
Yep, we're doing it now.
Alright.
I think this podcast this time is just going to be stories. Just straight up stories, no news or movies because we haven't seen any movies in 3 months.
I said the new James Bond.
But we didn't see any movies together, that's the whole point.
Well, I can talk about it if you want.
Okay. Wait, when did you see it?
I saw it this weekend.
Nice.
Sorry, last weekend.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was alright. I thought it was okay. I feel like at this point, every James Bond movie with Daniel Craig at least is the same plot, basically.
So he dies again?
Did he die in Skyfall?
He faked his death and then he went and hid out in Hawaii and banged 10 chicks.
Oh, was that Skyfall?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
I don't know if it was Hawaii, I don't know.
I don't know, I feel like it's all the same plot now, he basically, the agency's, he goes, rogue from the agency.
Oh, yeah, so pretty much like Skyfall.
And, they're like, oh, you're right all along, James, good job, buddy. And, somehow, some evil villain somehow, infiltrated it, kinda.
Oh.
But not, it's, the same plot every time now, basically. Anyway.
Okay, sounds like a great
It was okay,
movie.
no, it was alright, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad movie. It's entertaining enough.
I'm really excited for Force Awakens.
I recommend it. It's a fun thing to see. Bautista was in it, actually, the wrestler Bautista.
Oh, really?
Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
Been a lot of movies recently.
Well, since Guardians.
It was funny because I was watching with my friend, actually. He knows wrestling, too. There's one part he's, throwing James Bond around the train, right? And then I, threw him on a table or something. I whispered, I'm he's gonna Bautista bomb him. Just I don't know. I thought
that never happened.
No, it never happened. It never happened.
Slowly moving towards his crotch.
Alright, it was alright. I recommend you see it.
Okay, I'll probably see it on DVD.
It's one of those things that only a James Bond movie only comes out once every 4 years.
Whenever the Olympics.
Everyone kind of sees it everyone kind of sees it anyway, and it's not a bad movie, don't get me wrong.
Everyone just sees
nothing mind-blowing,
yeah.
Nothing too original.
No Oscar award-winning performances.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay, so like I mentioned before, it's going to be stories. Some recent ones, and some back in the day with Isiah and Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so
you want to start off, Taylor?
Or I thought you were going to start off.
I'll start off? Okay, well, we're at the mall. I'll start off super recent, right now. We're at the mall.
In the parking lot watching everyone.
Yeah, like creepers.
Yeah. That's what we are. That's what we do.
Yeah. We just record
every weekend,
in the car.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our fun.
I don't know why. Okay, anyway.
Just go to this lengthy explanation about what we do. So yeah, I had to go to the bathroom because we were walking around the mall. What?
I didn't say
I heard something. I'm so...
You're getting too off track, Isiah.
I'm getting schizophrenic.
You always pause and say and just keep going.
Because you looked at me weird, and then I thought I heard something, but there was nothing, and you're like, Isiah, I didn't say anything.
Okay, see, we're getting off track again, go.
Okay, we were just inside the mall. We just came outside. But we were walking around, and I had to go to the bathroom. And in the bathroom, I saw this weird old guy, combing his hair, and then he started combing his beard, so I thought that was kind of funny. That was a weird thing that just happened. How old was he? I'd say 70 at least.
Really?
He was pretty old.
He had a thick beard?
Yeah, dude, it was Duck Dynasty.
Kind of Karl Marx kind of beard.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He was just combing it.
It's pretty impressive.
I don't know, maybe there's lice in it, I don't know. So that was now. So Taylor has something funny that happened earlier today, because today's Remembrance Day. It's November 11th.
Yeah.
And they have assemblies and stuff, so I'll let you tell the story.
Okay, so we're sitting there, right? And I don't know if you guys know this. Maybe you're not from Canada. I don't know. So it's disrespectful. They do performances for Remembrance Day. They do ceremonies during cities. They do them.
To honor the fallen.
Schools do them often.
Soldiers.
To honor the fallen soldiers, to remember them. So basically, they're doing musical numbers. They're doing plays, dancing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They read John McRae's poem in Flanders Fields.
Yeah.
It's nice, right? Well, you're not supposed to clap because it's disrespectful to the fallen soldiers.
Yeah, because you're basically cheering for the death of thousands of soldiers and shit.
It's supposed to be a mourning and
reflection. And
reflection on what they gave everything for us, right?
Yeah.
So basically, there's some people I can't stand
see it. No, I'm just kidding.
No. There's some people I can't stand because basically, every year they do this. They go up there, and they're not doing it for the soldier to pay respect. They're not doing it for them. They're just trying to like show off. Oh, look at me. I'm so good. Look at my singing.
Yeah.
I'm so pretty.
I'm so pretty.
So, I'm not going to name names or anything, but there's this guy and this girl. The girl, she can hit like one note, okay? Like extremely high. Like
monotone?
It's like what bats... No.
Like echolocation?
Yeah, it's like the one pitch she can hit, the one note she can hit is like echo. Like what bats would hear. Like sonar.
Like all the dogs in the area just like
I wouldn't be surprised if they all ran in.
Dogs cry, I don't even know.
So that's what the one note she can hit. The other guy, he can't even sing. Like, it's terrible. And they're singing the song together.
Oh, Canada.
They're singing the song together. They're getting like progressively louder and louder. Bad. There's already issues at the beginning. Like the one mic refuses to work for the girl. Like, it's like, no, I don't. Do not use me for this. It's torture. It's torture.
Yeah.
So they get about halfway through the song. All of a sudden, they're like getting louder, and then you see the mics like this. Eardrum piercing noise,
and
it goes on for like 10 seconds. Like the mic is like, no, I refuse to be used like this.
The mic just gets wrecked.
I refuse to be used like this.
All the windows just shatter.
And then they had to wait and they like continued.
Satan comes up from hell. He's like, what the fuck was that sound? I'm gonna kill everybody.
Anyway,
that was like a mating call. Like flocks of birds that come in. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was
the assembly today.
That was the assembly today. It just pisses me off. They're trying to show off anyway.
Yeah, they're not doing it out of the goodness of like.
They're like, oh, look at me. Anyway, you have people. I know your mom recently said something to you.
To me, oh yes. So this is a recent conversation between my mom and myself.
Your mom's quite interesting, actually. She always seems to say something to you that blows my mind.
And it makes me feel uncomfortable?
She always manages to do it. I don't know how she still does it, but she still does.
She still
continues
to amaze me.
Quite good at it. She's quite good.
Just a little backstory. Not really backstory, just kind of information that'll help you. My mom is like really comfortable with talking about like uncomfortable subjects like sex and like, I don't know, just other stuff.
Girls. She always brings up girls.
She always brings up girls. And it's just really awkward. So this one night, I think it was like last week, my mom's just like, she comes up to me and she's like...
Well, what were you doing? Were you like sitting in the basement playing PlayStation?
Yeah, probably. Pretty much. Like switching back and forth between like the Raptors game and like playing some NHL, trying to like talk to you on like PSN, but it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Because of the internet or whatever.
Anyway.
So my mom comes down and she's like, just out of the blue, she's like, Isaiah, do you like meet any girls? I'm like, what?
Yeah, when you were telling me this story, actually, like the thing that I was going through my mind when he told me this was like, is she gonna ask Isaiah if he's gay?
Yeah, so what is this leading up to?
Is he asking Isaiah if he's gay for me or something? Like, anyway. So
I'm in the middle of a game, so I'm like, what? I'm like trying to score like a goal. I'm like, fine. So I pause and I'm like, what? What are you talking about, Mom? She's like, do you and Taylor like go and meet girls? I'm like, not really. No, why? Like, we don't really hang out with girls.
Like, I know you're talking. Maybe you don't. I hang out with girls every day.
Sure.
I got some with me right now.
Sure, but oh yeah, where are they?
You can't see them.
Your blow-up dolls. So I'm like, we don't usually hang out with, like, we don't have any friends that are girls that we hang out with.
I have friends that are girls. I have lots of friends that are girls.
Why don't you bring them so we can hang out? What the hell?
They're in university.
Sure.
What do you mean?
Sure.
Do you want me to name them right now?
Okay.
No, I'm not going to name them, but...
If you get to protect their name, just tell me afterwards.
Okay.
So anyways, back to the story. So I'm like, no, we usually just hang out. We don't have any girls in this area that still live here that we hang out with. And she's like, you and Taylor should go out and like meet some girls. She's like, you guys aren't going to meet any girls like sitting in the basement playing video games every weekend, because that's usually what we end up doing. So she's basically just saying I'm a straight up loser, like, oh yeah, you and Taylor play video games every weekend instead of like going out and meeting girls. And that was pretty much like the conversation, just her telling me that. I'm like, yeah. I guess I just agreed with her awkwardly, like, yeah, we should, Mom. Like, it was a really awkward conversation.
That's, Yeah. What is she saying? Your mom called me attractive. So I
You said that in the other podcast.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well,
the story about how my mom
it's a
said
staple
you were
of your
attractive.
mom. It's a staple of your mom to call me attractive.
Yeah. Weird.
Anyway.
And then she's just, I don't know, she's very comfortable talking about uncomfortable things.
This reminds me of a story, actually.
Tell it.
So it was probably 2 years ago, maybe. A year and a half ago.
So what, like grade 10, 11?
I'd say the 11th grade.
True.
Like the spring.
Yeah.
So it was Isiah, actually. It was myself. It was my other friend Ian, and I believe Jamie was there, possibly.
I think so.
So like we're all like hanging out, and we're like, you know what? We all like sports.
I know this story.
So we're all like, you know what? We all like tennis. It's fun to play. Like we all suck, but it's fun to play. Let's go play some tennis later. Ian's like, yeah, cool. Let's. I'll pick you guys up at like 8.
Yeah, we play some tennis.
We'll play
just a couple.
Because I think it was like a weekend or something.
Yeah.
Actually. So like, all right, cool. We'll meet you later, right? So we all go home or whatever. Ian comes, picks me up first, and Jamie.
Then me.
And then we go get Isiah, right? And Isiah, like, where do you leave the house? And do you remember? This is a critical part of the story.
Yeah, yeah. I was in the house in like my Nike running shoes, like some track pants, sweatpants, whatever you want to call them, with like an old, like I don't really have like a sporty sweater, so I just wore like an old sweater that I didn't care if it got ruined or anything, and like an old shirt. Like I was just gonna go play tennis, so I got my racket and stuff. So that's what I was wearing when we left the house.
So yeah, we go play tennis for, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours.
Long time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So we come back.
Like 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Isiah gets back. He's sweaty. He's grunting. He's out of breath.
It was like the summer. It was humid outside. I was like hot. So my mom doesn't say anything. She's like, okay, whatever, you had fun. I go to bed, right? Next day, I get up. I go down. I'm like eating breakfast. I forget how this came up, right? She's like, oh, did you have fun playing tennis last night? I'm like, yeah, I had tons of fun. Like, it was great. Mom was like, yeah, sure you were playing tennis. I was just awkward silence. I'm like, what? What do you mean I wasn't playing tennis? She's like, I know you didn't. And then she goes, I know you didn't play tennis, Isiah. You and your friends went to go meet some girls. And I'm like, Mom, I left the house in an old ass sweater with like
track pants.
With like track pants and running shoes. Why would I go meet girls in like yeah. I'm like, do you think if I was going to meet girls, I'd put on like a nice shirt, nice pants, like spray some cologne or something? Like, why would I leave the house in that?
I remember you actually told me this story, like, when it happened, when I saw you next. I was like, what, does your mom think you had, like, a spare change of clothes, like, in Ian's trunk or something?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you guys showed up in, like, suits, like, yo, we're gonna hit up the club, dog. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. And then I just jump in and change. Like, no. It was so funny. That was a weird story. My mom's weird. She, like, never trusts me whenever I go anywhere. She's like, you were at a girl's house.
Yeah, whenever we go somewhere... She always thinks we go to, like, a girl's house. She probably thinks we're at a girl's house right now. Actually, probably not. She thinks we're losers now, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that whole conversation with, like, her telling me that, like, you and I, like, should go out instead of playing games in my basement was, like, her just realization that I probably wasn't lying all those times.
She talked about this with your sister, I wonder, with boys.
Oh, I don't know.
Isiah! Or, I mean...
Nicoletta,
you want to meet those boys! You gotta stop eating those cookies! Gotta get out there!
Gotta stop doing whatever you do.
You gotta twerk.
I don't know. I don't know what my sister does.
You gotta go do those drugs with those boys.
And my dad is like the complete opposite. Like, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, yeah, have fun.
I feel like your dad just like gets home and like watches baseball and he like goes.
He does. No, baseball's over. So I don't know
say
what he
anything
watches.
to anyone. I can picture your dad like walking the house, not saying anything, just sitting down.
Dude, my dad like freaking ignores my mom. My dad comes in.
Just like, I want to do my own thing. Just doesn't say anything. Just watch TV and goes to bed without saying.
Yeah, like my dad's a huge Blue Jays fan because he's like I'm from Toronto too. So is he. Like, he grew up there, so he's like a huge Jays fan. And like whenever there was like crucial games on, he would just come home, like eat dinner, like put his dish away, just sit there, and then my mom would try to talk to him, and he'd just like completely ignore her, like, oh yeah, that's nice, honey. It was like so funny.
I asked if Isiah's alive.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Checking your text messages, Taylor?
No.
Is it a girl? That's actually one of the, like, because I keep my phone on vibrate all the time, and I think that's probably, like, one of the reasons, because, like, when I first got a phone, I used to keep, like, the ring on, and it would ring, but whenever it would ring, my mom would be like, who are you texting? Is it a girl?
Yeah, my mom does that too, actually.
So, like, since like, 9th grade, I think, no, 8th grade, because that's when I got my phone, I always just keep it on vibrate, because my mom won't hear it, and she won't ask who I'm texting, and it's great.
Yeah, I remember when in the 8th grade, I was pretty cool back then. I don't know if you know this.
Cool
I was pretty
kid.
cool.
Like you had the crew.
I got in a lot of trouble.
I never got in trouble.
Maybe we'll tell that story later today.
I was a good kid.
Well, we're still deciding which story we're gonna tell later today. The back in the day.
Yeah.
Anyways, I remember this girl. I was telling her I was cool, right? So I'm telling like, yeah, guys, I'm getting a phone.
And your
For
friends were like,
graduation,
"What?"
I'm getting a phone. They're like, oh, cool. And like, I was the only one in my grade without a phone, basically.
Yeah, same,
I'm
dude.
like
Same.
the cool people, I
Yeah.
guess. I was the only one without a phone.
Same, dude.
So I remember this girl comes up to, I'm telling him, like, yeah, I'm going to get a phone. This girl comes up to me, like, I used to be friends with, kind of, but, like, anyway. So
You were like a stud, and you're like,
yeah, it was cool, right? So, like, you know,
Yeah.
the cool kids. So, I mean, this girl in our group comes up, and she's like, oh, if you got a phone, I would totally text you.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a phone, I'm telling her she never texted me once.
Wow, what a bitch.
I don't know. Anyway,
That's so mean, man.
I don't know if she like didn't get my number or like I don't even
Should've
know if I got
texted
her number.
her.
I don't even know.
That's what studs do.
I
They
don't even
text
know.
girls first.
Well, I think the part of the problem was that I got the phone like after school was out, and then we went to different high schools.
Oh, true.
So
What, do you like HT or something?
I don't really remember. Anyway,
Like move cities?
I honestly don't know what happened.
I've ever
Anyway.
told you the story. I just thought of it. Now you're saying like grade 8 stories. Have I ever told you the story how I got in trouble for saying a dirty joke at recess?
I think you did.
Yeah, I pretty much. It's not a long story. I was just chilling at recess with like my friends, like against the wall, like yeah, cool kid. I just leaned against the wall, and then I just like standing there, and then I remembered like the night before I was like browsing the internet, and I saw this like I
Porn.
thought it was like hilarious
Porn.
joke. No, it was like a dirty joke, and I thought it was hilarious, right?
Watching porn.
So I'm like, no, it wasn't. What the hell? So I'm
probably
like,
were if it was
so I'm
8th
like,
grade. Honestly,
what?
You probably were.
I was not.
Why'd you say it like that?
I was not watching porn.
The way you're saying it
I was
makes
like
it sound
on
like you
like
were.
Reddit or something.
looking at
Anyways,
porn. Okay.
no, see, I came across this. I think it was Facebook or something. I came across this dirty joke, or like it was like a your mama joke or something. And I thought it was like the funniest joke ever. So we're just chilling. I think it was before school. You could come to the schoolyard early and just hang out with your friends before school started. So all my friends get there. We're just hanging out, and then I'm like, guys, because I thought it was gonna be so cool. I'm like, guys, I just heard this like the funniest joke. I don't remember. I think it was like, yo, your mom was like a hardware store because she's 5 cents a screw, and then like the yard supervisor heard me, and he's like,
bitch.
no, it was my grade 8 teacher actually, Mr. G. He was like, yo, I said get over here. I'm like, shit. So I like kind of like with my head down, I kind of like slink over. I'm like, yes. He's like, do you want to tell that joke to the principal, Isiah? I'm like, no.
Seriously?
And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, I don't want to hear you saying it ever again. And then he just
serious?
like, that was it. And he
Is
sent
that
me back.
intense?
And I was like embarrassed because my friends were like laughing at me. They're like, ha, idiot. I like come back. I'm like, my friends were like
Really?
laughing at me. I felt like embarrassed.
At my school, dude, the teachers didn't give a fuck about anybody. Did I tell you some of these stories? We play tackle football. Like, you're not supposed
Dude,
to.
my
in
school was
elementary
like
school.
way different than that.
People
my
would like.
school-
Well, my school was
If
pretty.
I like poked you, they'd be like, hands off, bitch, and they'd like punch you in the face, and you'd have to go to the office.
My school was pretty ghetto. Like we
Okay.
play tackle.
My school was like a super uptight Catholic school, so I was like,
well, you know the school I went to.
Yeah,
Don't say it. But
Taylor's school is like, literally my school's like some uptight Catholic school, and literally right down the street.
my
is some,
school
like,
was literally falling apart. 2 years after I
Yeah.
graduated, they tore it down because like
Maidstone school.
someone said like, no, it's not safe to be in this building anymore.
Yeah.
I remember one time at recess, oh my god,
You can't talk.
A kid kicked a corner wall, like, you know, on the outside of buildings, there's
Yeah, yeah.
corners. He kicked the wall, the whole wall, like the corner just fell out, all the bricks.
way.
And there's this huge hole in the library for
Dude,
months.
that's so dangerous.
I'm not kidding.
Insane.
Anyway, yeah, so the teachers obviously they didn't care, right?
Just
we
like-
play tackle football, you're not supposed to. They don't care.
Try and like, sorry, okay, I'll explain it after.
People would get in fights. They like beat the shit out of each other. The teachers would like see to look away, like pretending they didn't see it.
I threw a rock at someone and I got in so much shit for that.
People like beat the shit out of each other.
As a joke, it was an accident too. I'm like, I threw a rock and hit some kid in the face. I had to go to the principal's
It
office.
was a joke.
Like, I don't know,
broke your face.
No, like I just it was like a empty field, right?
Okay.
Some idiot kid decides to run right when I throw a rock. It nailed him right in the face. He told on me, and then I had to go to the office and I called my mom, and it was like terrible. I think it was like in 4th grade.
Really?
It was so bad. So yeah, I was gonna say about our schools, like just picture this, like the bottom of the street, just like an uptight Catholic elementary school. That's where I went. And like right up the street,
Think of an inner city school in Detroit.
Yeah, right
the structure of the city, the building. That's what my school was.
Yeah, my school was like the uptight Catholic.
At the top of the hill.
Right at the top of the hill was like some public ghetto inner city school that Taylor went to.
Where kids would kick corners and the wall would fall apart.
Yeah.
You actually walk through the school and there'd be like, I'm not kidding, cement walls. There'd be like massive cracks in the wall. Like you could tell like it wasn't really supposed to be like that. It was like falling apart.
One kid threw a rock through a window and he got suspended for like a month. It was insane. They didn't even fix it right away. We had like a big board during the middle of the winter just covering this window. It was like freezing in that one classroom.
Crazy stuff would happen at that school.
My school was like pretty uptight. Like nothing ever. You weren't even allowed to throw snow at people because they were afraid you're gonna like poke someone's eye out with snow. I'm like, how the fuck would you do that? Maybe with ice. Ice is understandable, but it's like it's a snowball.
Yeah.
It's a snowball. It's not gonna like. I don't know. I never understood that. I hated my school. It was so bad.
Well, your school is new. My school was built in
worst school ever. Yeah, true. My school was built was like relatively new, so.
My school was built like 1920.
Yeah, it used to be a high school.
Yeah.
And then they converted to elementary. And then did you have like lockers and stuff? Did you get?
Yeah, we had lockers. Yeah.
You got to use them?
Yeah.
I wish I had that. We had like the stupid hooks. I hated those.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't have that since the 6th grade.
Those are stupid.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of other stuff about the school. It was quirky.
Mine was the teachers were assholes.
This might sound like bizarre to you people, but like, okay, when you dropped out to school in the morning, and it's winter,
yeah,
you want to go on the side of the school because it's cold, right?
Yeah.
And same thing in the summer, like it's not so bad.
We weren't allowed.
But like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My school this summer,
they'd make you
hot.
They'd make you stay outside.
No. Can't go inside until the bell rings.
The most asshole things was like one time it was like minus 15, I think, outside. And we were all out for recess because it was like, I don't know why. It was freezing, but we were all outside.
This was only my ghetto school. Even the nice up.
Yeah, nice school.
Maybe they got it from us. Maybe your principal went to my school.
No, but we had to line up to go in, right? Did you have to line up to go in, or you just go in?
No, that's what I was getting at. So in the winter, you better wear bundles of clothes.
Yeah.
And in the summer, you better not wear much because you're going to freeze your ass or sweat, right? Exactly. And as soon as the bell rang, that's when you could go in, right? They'd corral you in like cattle.
Okay, our school...
They would corral you in school like cattle.
Ours was kind of like that, but like it was all single file. Like we had to line up by classes.
No, it's just like a free for all. They corral you in like cattle.
My school was like they told you where your lineup was based on your class. So if I was in like I don't know Mr. McDougal's class, it's not a real teacher. I just made it up. You'd have like a certain lineup that you'd have to go to when the bell rang. But if they wouldn't let you go in unless you were quiet. So if everybody was yelling, you had to be quiet. You had to be like, you had to hear like a pin drop. Okay? If everybody was talking, they'd make you stand outside in the minus 15 weather like all day.
Well, you see,
before they let you in.
They did that at the ghetto where I went. We'd all be standing outside all day. So school wouldn't even happen. That's why they corralled us in like cattle, I think.
Like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna be dumb and not learn anything because you're making me stand outside all day.
That's why they were cattle. We were cattle.
Such an
I'm
education.
not kidding. Teachers would like push us into school like cattle.
Your school was like cattle. My school was like prison. They'd like the yard supervisors would be like wardens. And then when we had to like line up, we'd have to line up.
Like pretend they don't see stuff. Oh, I didn't see that kid beating the shit out of
We had to line up.
I didn't see that kid beating that kid with a rock.
We had to line up, and then they were like, "Okay, get inside," and they'd like, I don't know, they were like wardens. It was insane. I hated my school so much. I was so glad when like I graduated grade 8. I was like, yes, screw this school.
I remember me and my friends would like fight in class in 8th grade.
And the teacher was like doing math. Like,
yeah.
Like
they wouldn't even like say anything. Like, no, they could hear.
You get like sent to the office.
I like picked my friend up and like threw him in a desk, and like the desks fell over. And my teacher was like, guys.
That's it?
We didn't hear it at first because we were like fighting each other. Not real fighting, but like play fighting.
Yeah.
Your friends. But like we were actually being physical, right? Like pushing each other and stuff, like fight. And like 5 minutes go by. She's like, guys, we're like, oh.
My teacher would like grab a ruler and like slap you in the face and then send you to the office.
It wasn't like so much during a lesson, but like
I never did that because
like not really like a lesson, but more like work time.
Yeah.
But yeah, still.
Just kidding. They didn't hit with rulers because that's like abuse and stuff. It's just it's really strict and uptight. And if you did anything like what you could get away with at your school would you could never get away with it at my school. They would probably suspend me for that. Like if I ever got into a play fighting class right in the middle of class, you'd get suspended.
Okay, to put it like this, what I could get with my school, me and my friend once, we went out for lunch.
Yeah.
We were allowed to go out for lunch kind of. We sort of snuck out.
We weren't.
Okay.
We didn't get a note.
What we did one day, we had an hour-long lunch, okay?
We had 45 minutes.
First of all, Isiah, what do you think would happen if you came in for recess 5 minutes late?
Me?
Yeah.
They'd probably talk to you about being late and how it's going to affect you later in life.
Yeah, okay.
And
so,
just basically
pretty serious stuff.
bitch you out in front of the class.
Pretty serious stuff for 12-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I remember me and my friend were 12, the 7th grade, you're 12.
Yeah.
We went out for a nice lunch, we had a nice time, really relaxed, we were strolling around, we went to McDonald's, eat our lunch, we're yeah, let's go to the pawn shop, we looked around, had a nice time. And he goes, oh, my mom has the gas, what do they call it? The petro cards.
Oh, yeah, to get gas,
Yeah,
right?
she's yeah, so you get free, you build up points with the gas you spend.
Yeah.
Money. So, he's let's go get some candy. So, we went there, we're eating the candy, having a nice time. We're walking back, taking our time, don't have a care in the world. We get back to the school. Lunch ended an hour and a half ago. An hour and a half ago. We walked into class. We walked into class. We didn't say anything. We walked into class like nothing happened. Teacher didn't even notice we were gone.
What?
No one said anything to us. We didn't get in trouble. The teacher didn't even say it. They didn't know we were gone. We just walked into class an hour and a half late.
If we were,
and there's no way they didn't. So there's no way they didn't know that we were not gone. I say that, but they took attendance after lunch. I'm remembering now.
I was gonna say at my school, if you were gone after 15 minutes and they took attendance and you were there that morning, but they had the teacher didn't know if you didn't tell the teacher you had an appointment or anything, and then you didn't show up. After lunch, after they did attendance, they'd get worried. They'd probably send a search party.
That's what I'm saying. Shouldn't they have called the police?
Yeah.
Two 12-year-olds have been gone for an hour and a half after lunch.
No parent came in saying that they had an appointment or anything.
No one said anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they have called the police?
Nope. They just let them stroll
They didn't even say anything to us when we strolled in.
I remember
the teacher, he didn't even look at us.
I remember in grade 8, you're 12, 13, right?
Yeah.
My grade 8 teacher would basically say we were adults or something. I'm bitch, I'm not even old enough to shave. How am I an adult? And it's oh, we were setting an example for everyone in the school. Basically, they just treat us like adults. I got to high school, and the teachers were way more, chill than, than the elementary school teachers. I was they're, way cooler. Especially in grade 12, you could say fuck you to the teacher, and they're fuck you too, Taylor.
All depending on the teacher.
Yeah, Mr. Dick, you could probably say that. There's this really cool teacher named Mr. Dick, and he swears a lot in his history lessons because he's a history teacher. And I'm pretty sure if you swore in class, he doesn't care. It's pretty funny.
Really?
Yeah, he would just yell fuck at the top of his lungs in the middle of a lesson. I think one time he was doing a lesson on George W. Bush or something, and then we had to watch Fahrenheit 9/11, and they had clips of Bush just saying stupid things. And there's this one scene where Bush is just yeah, I like to dig in the mud for bugs. My history teacher pauses it. He's did everyone just hear that right now? I'm pretty sure that was the fucking President of the United States just saying that he likes to dig for bugs. What the fuck? He just started getting so mad. It was so funny. He's the best teacher there.
Mr. Cameron, he's another history teacher. He kind of does stuff like that too. I remember one day he was pretending he did a handstand in class. He just kind of likes to show off for no reason. He's talking about the arms race, which was World War I when the companies were just out making weapons and stuff to fight the countries and fight each other.
Yeah.
He's what's an arms race? Is it this? And he just did a handstand ran across the class. He was oh, you're not showing off.
Yeah, doing a handstand.
I remember another time he was pretending to be a Navy SEAL.
What?
And he kicks the door open as hard as he could. He goes flying and he almost hits the kid in the face walking by in the hallway.
That'd be so funny. You catch it on video, he could be a YouTube sensation. It's pretty good.
Pretty sure he did the worm in class once. Did the worm on the floor.
The worm?
He just started doing the worm because we were talking about dances or something.
My sister told me he did a Hitler salute in class once. Just
I wouldn't be surprised.
It was it was a demonstration, but
we better be careful what we're saying. The school's gonna track us down.
Yeah, I know. Who are these guys? Where they?
Oh, by the way,
you're suspended.
We go to Zach Brown's school in Vancouver.
Yep.
Shh.
Yeah, that's where we go. Don't look at the other podcast. You won't find out where we're actually from. Because we're from Vancouver. That's what we say in the other podcast. Yeah.
Did we?
No.
Yeah, no, that's what we said. We didn't dub over it.
I was just kidding. I didn't mean no. I meant yes.
Dub over
yeah. But I know I meant yes. Did you think of any good, like, well, we've already done, I guess, some back in the day stories, but any like really good ones?
Not really.
Well, like
it's
you
more
in
like a
grade 8,
discussion.
me in grade 8.
I got a good. I know what I want to talk about for the back in the day.
What?
When you want to start, I'll tell you when we get to it.
I don't have any good stories from elementary school.
I got a lot of good stories.
I never did crazy things in 8th grade because my mom was like helicopter mom.
No,
She never let me go anywhere.
I told you about some of the stuff I did. Should I talk about it now, or should I save it for later?
Honestly, I'm like, without lying, I don't think the first time I rode my bike by myself to my friend's house, by myself, like without getting a ride from my parents, was like 12 or 13. Like my mom never let me go anywhere.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
But you were probably like allowed. You were probably allowed to go at like 8 years old. Like I can like walk down the street.
Like 10, 9.
Yeah, exactly. I had to like my mom like wouldn't let me go anywhere until I was like 12 or 13. I was like, what?
I got some good stories from the 8th grade. Should I tell them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I save it for later?
I wasn't. Oh, maybe for later. I don't know. I don't care.
All right. So there's. Oh, I don't want to ruin the back in the day with too much stories.
That's true.
But okay, I'll dip into it. There used to be like a crew of us, like 4 of us.
Oh, like you and.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to.
I know the crew.
Yeah. There used to be 4 of us, right? We were good friends and stuff. We'd like mess around at lunch. We get in a lot of trouble. There's this one Asian guy we were friends with. He's a funny guy, and he's like a bit smaller than all of us.
I don't know. Just to protect his identity, we have to give him a name.
Oh, we don't need to give him a name.
Why not? Because then we're not saying him or he all the time. Just say like Paul.
Okay, fine, Paul.
So Paul.
Oh, so Paul. So remember we used to walk around at lunch, and like we were all like bigger than him.
Yeah, 'cause Paul's a small guy.
Well, he's not anymore, but.
Well, yeah.
At the time was. And we used to like he was in on it.
Yeah.
And what we used to do, we used to like pretend to beat him up on the side of the road. Like we'd just be walking, we're like, okay, Paul, let's do the beat up thing. You'd be like, yeah. What we do, we like push him over, and like 3 of us would start like kicking him, like pretending to kick him while he's down, like punching him on the curb stomp.
Just
and
like,
cars would drive by. The people would look, they'd be like, oh, they'd be like horrified, and they'd honk their horn, but
they wouldn't get out.
No, no one would stop and get out.
Assholes.
And we like give them the finger.
You're like totally just WWE. Like yeah, like fake punch.
Oh, it was so funny.
Like fake pile driver.
Oh, it was so funny. And I remember one time we were crossing. We didn't do anything wrong. We're all kind of assholes, by the way, in the 8th grade.
Really?
Well, I think most kids are.
I think I only hung out with you like once in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
It's because like I went over to your house.
Yeah.
It's like our parents are like pretty cool, I guess. So like one time, my parents like went over to your house and they're like, "Oh, Isiah, come with us." And like you were there. I'm like, "Oh, hey, man." And we just hung out. I think I only like once or twice during 8th grade. So I didn't really like because I didn't go to your school, so it was weird.
So I remember crossing the road. We honestly we didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Like, we were crossing at like a
Crosswalk.
A crosswalk. It wasn't like a crosswalk. It was like a school crosswalk.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of hard to see. It's behind cars. But like we were like honestly crossing. We looked both ways. No cars were coming. This asshole comes speeding out of nowhere and like almost hits us. And he like slams on the brake. And I was like drinking like chocolate milk at the time.
So like, oh shit!
I threw my chocolate milk at him. Like not on purpose. Like I on his hood. I threw it on. It exploded all over his hood. Then we just all ran away.
Damn.
It was so funny.
I don't think that's ever happened to me. Like I've never had a situation where I'm scared and had to like run away.
Oh, we weren't scared.
One time I think we just went to the schoolyard and we saw our vice principal's car and we were just like, oh shit. We weren't even in trouble, like he was just there like going home. Like we weren't even in trouble, he just walked out like going home. We're like, oh shit, we just pretended like he was chasing us. So we like rode our bikes down the street and his car was like right behind us. It was pretty funny. I'm surprised he didn't honk.
I remember another time it was me and my other friend, he was part of the group. It was just me and him the one day. We were walking, like, we were messing around and stuff, and there's, like, a caterpillar, and, like, I, like, threw it at him or something.
Yeah.
He's like, like, joking around like he's scared, and he runs, and, like, there's this little hole in the bush, and he jumps over it, right?
Yeah.
To the sidewalk on the other side.
Oh, you told me about this.
And this old man comes out, you damn kids! I've been telling you, I tell you fucking kids every day not to jump over my hedge. And he's like, so like sometimes we were nice, he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't know, it's my first time. He's like,
chill.
Don't you fucking lie to me, boy! I see you doing this every day. But it's like, honestly, the first time you ever did it.
He seems like the kind of guy that would have like a Confederate flag hanging from his front lawn.
You do that again, I'm gonna shoot you, boy. We're like, what? He's like, you heard me.
You're like, oh shit, you're like shitting your pants at this point. You're like, oh crap.
So anyway, after that, we basically went out of the way, all 4 of us, to hop his hedge every day. After that.
Isn't that like by, isn't that by like the pawn shop? Or
yeah.
No? Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had a story and I totally just forgot what it was. I had it like, it was in my mind and then I'm like, oh shit, I just forgot what it was. I'll probably think of it later.
I remember, this guy's wild, this one guy. I remember the same time he like waved at a bus.
Oh, really?
And he like, but that means like to stop.
Get your bus off my side of the street.
No, like, you know when you like wave a bus, it means like, hey, come pick me up?
Yeah.
So we're like walking and there's like this 14-year-old kid, imagine, he waves at a bus. The bus pulls over to let him in. And he's like, oh shit. I was like, I didn't know that. I mean, so we dove in a ditch. And like the bus couldn't find us, so we eventually ended up. But he somehow like, he didn't find out me. I don't know how this worked. The bus driver somehow like tracked down who the kid was, my friend.
Really?
But he didn't like, I guess he didn't see me.
Yeah.
But we go back to school like an hour later, my friend gets called down to the principal's office. So he sits down, he tells me, and he goes, let's call him, I don't know.
Jack?
Sure, we'll call him Jack. He goes, Jack, I know what you did. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like,
wait, what?
He's like, Jack, did you by chance wave to a bus?
And then hide?
Did you call a bus to pick you up? Like flag down a bus to pick, and then run away? He's like, I know you did it, Jack. Don't lie to me. I know you did it. Like, they somehow tracked him down. Like, the bus driver didn't know him. It was like some old guy.
What the hell?
But the bus driver like somehow called the school, and he somehow like, they tracked down to us about my friend Jack. Even though we were hiding in the ditch. But he didn't see me.
Maybe Jack was like, he's just that kid that gets in trouble a lot. So they're like, oh, some kid was like up to no good, flagging buses and hiding. That's probably Jack. And they just called him down.
Like, they somehow tracked him down. I don't know how they did it.
That's insane.
I still don't know.
They, like, hired a detective.
I think it was the same day, actually. We were walking down to like a smoke store. They sell like candy and stuff. We weren't getting smokes. It's like a convenience store, basically.
Candy at the smoke store.
We're getting candy because it's cheap without change from lunch. And like my friend was getting the little candies in the little cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You like pick them out and get a bag, and it's like those 50 cents.
Kind of like Bulk Barn, but like cheaper.
Yeah.
Like Dead-O-Word.
So he's getting one out. He accidentally knocks like 3 boxes.
No.
But they're Asian, by the way, the owners. I don't know if I had to mention that.
What the fuck?
No. Like, he knocks like 3 boxes on the floor, and the floor is like disgusting. Like, it's dirty. There's hair. He knocks it all over the floor. Damn. There's like a dog in there too, I think.
Like peed on it.
I don't know. So these 3, like, I'm not talking like a little bit. I'm talking like all the boxes completely emptied over the floor. Like, if you dumped them on purpose. That
sucks.
But he's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, and the guy's like, oh, it's okay.
Fuck you.
So we bought like their candies or whatever. We walk out, and I go. He bought me these Juji fruits, actually, which I'll get to in a minute.
Nice.
Anyway, so we walk out, and I go, we walk like 30 seconds away, and I go, how much do you want to bet? We're going to walk back in there. The guy's picking up all the candies and putting them back in.
Oh my
I swear,
God.
dude, I swear.
Ew.
You walk in, the guy's shoveling the candies back in the boxes, and he's putting them back on the shelf.
That's disgusting.
I swear. It was so funny.
God.
And so he bought me these Juji fruits, right? When we're walking back on the box, it says like fruity and chewy. And it's supposed to be like a gummy. It's supposed to be like a gummy candy.
Yeah.
And the box is like all over it. Fruity and chewy, Juji fruits. So I take a bite, I spit it out, I'm like, these aren't fruity
or chewy.
Nor chewy.
These taste disgusting.
And I smashed them all on the ground.
It tastes like hair on the ground. Wait a minute.
My friend so I like destroyed them. My friend was laughing. But he had Big League Chew. I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh, I love it. It's like shredded bubblegum, right?
Shredded bubblegum. But he got one of the big packs.
I like that stuff.
So Jack puts, it's the same Jack, by the way.
Yeah.
Jack puts the whole thing in his mouth, so he's got this giant wad of gum. I kid you not. It's like the size of the palm of your hand.
Jesus Christ.
Like if you put your middle finger to thumb, touching, like not touching, but like an inch apart.
Yeah.
That's how big the gumball was, okay?
Holy shit, dude.
Like that big. He has this whole thing in my mouth, and he starts laughing because I did this, right? So he's like choking, so he spits the gumball out. It's like the size of a baseball almost.
Holy shit.
And he throws it at a car. It sticks on the car's hood. Not driving by, but like a parked car.
Oh my God.
It sticks on the hood, and we just run away. Oh shit, run away.
Wait, I think it reminds me of another story you probably told me.
I'm gonna get to that now.
Yeah, the one where he threw the...
Oh, okay. So the same guy, this Jack guy's...
The Adventures of Jack.
Yeah, he is a troublemaker.
He is a huge troublemaker.
So we'd walk up the same street. It's the same street.
And an unreliable source of transportation.
Yeah. The same street we threw the gumball at the car. The gum at the car.
Yeah.
So like earlier on, we went to McDonald's. We had like garbage, right?
Like a burger or
Yeah,
something.
we're like out of bed. We're like, oh, I don't really want to carry this.
McChicken.
And he goes, oh, my friend. Actually, my mom has a friend, Jeff. Jeff, he's a really cool guy. He's like saying all this stuff about it. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Lying.
He goes, oh, he
straight up lying.
Well, I don't know. I think he was telling the truth actually.
Oh really?
Okay. So he's like, oh yeah, he lives on this street.
I thought he was lying.
So we go ring the doorbell, knock, and he's like, oh, I guess my friend Jeff isn't home. He's like, I guess we can't throw the stuff.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just hold it. He goes, no, man. He's like, no, Jeff's really cool. He's like, Jeff won't care if we put the stuff through his mailbox into his house, like the mailbox slide on the door.
Yeah.
Into his house. He'll throw it out. He's a really cool guy. I'm like, seriously? Yeah, so we throw like all this disgusting garbage through there. We do this for like months, okay? Like 3 months. One day I was asking him, I was like, oh, I've never seen your mom's friend Jeff. He's like, oh yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
Told you.
Just like this random guy for 3 months, like
just
every day.
garbage in his mailbox.
Putting garbage, no, through his door to his house.
What?
It was like the mailbox to the house.
The mail
slot.
Oh my god.
We were putting disgusting garbage into his house for like 3 months.
What if he just like, he notices this, and what if he's like waiting by the door one day? He's like, I'm gonna catch those motherfuckers. And then like he sees the garbage sliding through and like opens the door and catches you.
Well, we were so stealthy and fast that he would have never caught us.
I was talking about the other time. I don't know what that building is by the pawn
like
shop.
3 months. We did this.
It's like right behind the 7-Eleven. That used to be the McDonald's.
Yeah.
They converted it to a 7-Eleven. But there's like that building and it's like no trespassing. Didn't you say Jack threw like a sandwich at the door once? Or something like that? Didn't you tell me a story like that once?
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah. Like,
I know
you
you're
were
talking.
walking with
No.
that road and he threw like a sandwich or something.
No, we're walking down a different road.
Throwing things.
No, okay, I'll tell the story.
Yeah,
same Jack. I guess he was a troublemaker.
Yeah, he was
a troublemaker. We were walking down this road. It's to McDonald's. It's actually it's a different road, okay? It's a different road, but you can take another road back to school.
Okay.
It's the 8th grade. He got a chicken burger from McDonald's. We're walking back, and he's like, oh, this is really shitty.
I don't want this, yeah.
So there's a senior's home. It's like a
nice home, right?
senior's home.
I wondered what it was.
He throws the chicken burger at the door of the senior's home. And we're like, oh, we run away, right? The next day we come back, there's no trespassing signs up.
So I just walked out and saw the chicken burger and they're like, what the fuck is this?
It probably hurt you. Like, he threw it pretty hard. It's disgusting everywhere.
Thud.
All over the door.
Oh.
Like the mayonnaise, whatever was on it,
Ew.
everywhere. The secret sauce. You know what the secret sauce is?
The Mac sauce?
It's like the chicken burger.
Or the secret sauce.
It's like the chicken burger sauce, whatever it is.
They have chicken burger sauce?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what it is.
Like tartar. Oh, that's for like fish sandwiches. I don't know.
Anyway, it like explodes on the door.
Yeah, long story short.
Anyway, that's some of my...
That's a pretty funny story. I never did any of that, like... Because my mom never let me go out anywhere, so I never got into, like, mischief or anything like that.
I have a lot more stories than that I can't think of.
Yeah.
Should we get into back in the day? We're running 42 minutes now.
Sure, yeah.
Alright.
Is it in Taylor's story or just a Taylor story?
I think it's more of a Taylor story.
Okay, no problem.
You don't know about this.
Right.
So, let me take you guys back.
A little bit.
7th grade.
Okay, I was going to say 8th grade.
October, I'm going to say November of the 7th grade.
Yeah.
13 years old, a young Taylor. Learning so much about life.
No scruff. No facial scruff.
No facial hair. Learning so much about life and what life is. So...
Learning what not to do because of Jack.
Well, Jack's in the story. So we're 13 years old, right? We have this assembly.
Oh, I love
just
assemblies.
for the 7th graders.
Just for 7th graders.
Just for the 7th graders.
Not even 8th graders.
No, just the 7th graders.
That is weird. Okay.
And he said, guys,
continue.
You were 13 now. You're in the 7th grade.
Puberty.
No. Okay.
Some awkward assembly about like.
They're like
anatomy.
You are old enough. We think you're old enough now to go on an overnight trip.
Oh, nice.
We're like, seriously? They're,
like
yes.
Stoked? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
We're like, they're so excited. Yes.
My school never did shit like
so
that.
They have a big assembly on it. Okay, guys. We're going to go to this place called Camp Kitchikewana.
Okay. I've heard of this place, actually. I never went, but I've just heard of this place.
Camp Kitchikewana. And they showed us, I remember they showed us all these slides at the camp. Like, wow,
beautiful.
It's a beautiful, wow, do you see those rooms? Do you see the lake?
Amazing.
Wow.
You're like stoked at this point.
It looks like a, not like a hotel, but like a super nice camp, right? Like it's clean.
You're like
almost like a high-end camp, right? Like people would pay like thousands of dollars just to go there for a few days.
I would have been stoked. My school never did overnight trips because they were afraid like kids were going to get hurt or something. I don't know. My school was stupid. Anyways.
So we like, it looks like you're like... really nice. Like I can't explain how nice it looked.
Yeah, just you're like, well, I would sleep here than my own room.
I'd rather sleep there than my room, yes. Yeah. I'd rather live there than my own house. That's how nice it was, okay? The photos made it look.
How nice it looks,
yeah,
right?
Yep, well.
Everything always looks better in pictures.
Yes. I'll soon find that out. Anyway. So we're like, oh, cool, yeah, we paid the money. I don't remember how much it was.
I don't remember. It's too long ago.
It's too long ago. So anyway, they're like, yeah, guys, so we're going to pick your room. So I remember there's a bunch of us in the room. There's my friend Jack, my friend Chris,
the fabled
Ryan.
Jack.
Yeah, the fabled Jack. Keaton. And there's a few other people I can't really remember.
Just a bunch of dudes.
Just a bunch of dudes. So we took the bus down. Finally, the day. I don't really remember waiting for the bus, but I remember the bus ride down.
The bus ride, yeah.
I remember, so me and I'm sitting beside my friend Jack, and we're like messing around on the bus. We're singing like Psycho Killer to like girls.
Psycho Killer.
We were ladies men. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were ladies men.
Yeah.
So,
you sing that song and the panties go flying.
Yeah. Yeah, in the 7th grade, yeah. So we're riding down. I remember my friend Jack. It's a long bus ride, by the way. It's like 3.5 hours. So we're sitting there on the seats, like, you know, all excited. We're deciding who's bunking, because remember I said we're in the rooms together.
Yeah.
So basically, let me just describe the rooms, actually, okay? So it's basically like, they're split up into 2 parts of the island. Like, the girls were on the separate side of the island than the boys.
Yeah.
So they want no shenanigans.
Right.
So, what it was, basically, was like 4 cabins. There was like 4 mini cabins.
Okay.
So it's basically like you walked in, there was 4 bunk beds, and a few windows. Okay?
Nice.
So there's 4 of these, like
classy.
Almost in like a circle.
Okay.
And there was like a counselor's cabin, so he could supervise you.
Right.
Like you guys don't scream in the middle of the night or something. Well,
yeah.
We'll get to that later, but
you screamed in the middle of the night.
But our cabin, for whatever reason, it was like attached to the counselor's cabin.
What?
So
like by a door?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
like
worse.
Did you have to like was there a door and you opened it and you were in the counselor's cabin, or did you have to like walk outside in order to go to the counselor's cabin?
But they were attached. Like our it was under one roof.
Yeah.
And there was a wall, but the wall didn't go all the way up to the roof. There was like a 2-meter gap.
So they could like hear you.
So it was like high. It was like but it was just our cabin, no one else, just ours.
High enough that they just you couldn't peek over, but low enough that they could hear you talking clearly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know why it was like that. Just our cabin. That's the one we got anyway, right?
Yeah.
And the guy actually liked us a lot because we were the only like not crazy kids.
Yeah.
But so
surprisingly,
we're there. Made me lose my train of thought.
You're in the cabin.
We're in the cabin. That's what the cabin's
talk about like the bus like
ride.
right when you walked in. Okay, the bus ride and then right when you walked in. Yeah.
So anyway, that's the cabin, right?
So the bus ride.
So yeah, there's like a 2-meter gap from the window to the wall, okay? Mm-hmm. So anyway, the bus ride down, my friend Jack, we're like messing around and stuff, we're excited. I call the top bunk. I call the top bunk.
The whole way there, right?
That's all I hear in my ear. I get the top. I'm like, whatever, dude. You want the top bunk?
Take it, man. Shut the fuck up. Take the top bunk.
We were bunking together, actually. Because remember I said we were sharing a room.
Right.
So I said, yeah, okay, dude. I didn't really care. You can take the top bunk, right? All right. He's like, okay, I get the top bunk the whole way down. I already said, okay, dude. We get there. We walk in. We're the only one with the cabin attached to the council. We're like, okay, well it seems cool now. Like, we're not doing anything,
drugs.
Yeah.
We're not like smoking crack.
Anyway, so we walk in.
Yeah.
And there's 4 bunk beds. They're just wooden bunk beds. There's like this really shitty mattress. It's like plastic.
Nice.
But there wasn't even like stuffing in it. It's like I can't even explain it. It was like they're all destroyed and disgusting and dirty
or something.
No, I don't even know what was in it. It was hard like a rock. I wouldn't be surprised there was like concrete in there.
A dead body.
I don't know. So anyways, so we all I was bunking with this guy Jack. I don't remember who was bunking with who. I remember the Hood Rats.
This is what you Hood Rats would come back.
Yeah, me and Jack were good friends. So everyone else, the bunks, I didn't really remember who was bunking with who because I was with Jack. So we get there, we walk in, all right, throw our bags down. Oh, we actually had to take a boat to get there, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it was on an island. I forgot to mention this. So we got off the bus. We had to wait like 20 minutes
for like a ferry or
for
something?
like a boat from the island.
What?
But they didn't have like ferries because it's just like this one independently run camp. They had like one dinghy.
This is like
so they had to take like 25 trips to get everyone and all their bags over.
Oh my god!
So you're just standing there for like hours while they brought everybody over.
Oh
I remember me and Jack had to wait like an hour before we got brought over. So our stuff like almost like went over the side.
How about like roughly how many like people do you think would fit on the boat?
A dinghy? The dinghy?
Yeah.
5 people.
And you had like
That's without bags. That's without bags.
You had like a massive class.
Okay, like 60 people went on the trip.
Holy shit.
That's 5 people without bags, with bags of 3, 4. Okay?
Damn. That would suck so much.
And you gotta remember, there's teachers too.
But yeah.
So it's like, there's like 4, 5, 6 teachers probably.
Yeah.
So there's really like 66 people they gotta bring over.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
So it took a long time, okay? So we finally get over to this island. It's pouring rain, I remember. They made us do some stupid introductory game to get to know each other. Like, we already know each other. We're
freaking classmates. Like, chill.
Like, all right, boys, this is your counselor. This is the girls' counselor. We went off separate sides, right? Whatever. So we get in the cabin. Jack, I got the top on. I heard you, dude. I fucking heard you.
You told me like fucking 70 times on the way here. I get it.
I throw my pillow. I throw my sleeping bag on the mattress. Jack starts doing the same. I hear, ah! Screams. I'm like, dude, what the fuck's wrong? I'm like, are you okay?
I thought he was like dying or something.
I don't know what happened. I realized it caught me off guard. There's a spider up there. Taylor, do you want the top bunk? I'm like, nah, you want the top bunk, remember? I'm like, you wanted the top bunk.
You like set up already. You're like, no.
Yeah. I'm like, you wanted the top bunk, right? She's like, please, there's a spider. I'm like, you wanted it, buddy? She's like, fine. So what he did, he pulled like this rock mattress off, and he slept on the floor.
What?
He slept on the floor on the mattress. He didn't sleep on top.
What?
Yeah.
Pussy.
It was funny, man. It was funny. So I guess do you have any questions, or should I just keep going?
No, it's pretty rock solid.
So I guess I'll get to later that night. So we went to a campfire. I don't really remember the campfire. There's like this guy who couldn't really play guitar or sing at all, but he was trying.
Yeah, he was like that guy at the Remembrance Day assembly today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Okay, not that bad, but. So, and we walked back to the cabins in pitch black.
Nice.
Because it's the woods, right?
You're
woods on an island.
You didn't have iPhones back then. You couldn't like use your flashlight or anything.
No, well, like some people had phones, I remember. I didn't, though. So, we get back to the thing. You gotta remember, though, our room's attached to the counselors.
Yeah.
Okay? And all the cabins are pretty close. Like, you could hear the people from the other cabins through the windows and stuff.
Yeah.
I actually forgot to mention a crucial feature of our cabin.
What's that?
I can't believe I forgot about this.
What?
So when we first get in the cabin, we're like, what is this? We walk in, there's like 2 windows, 3 windows maybe.
Okay.
Like, the other windows are like pretty shitty, but they're okay.
Yeah, like
one window,
they're a bit drafty.
One window where there's supposed to be a window. I kid you not. A hole in the wall. Like where a window should be, like a square window, there's just a big hole in the wall. Like someone like broke it out, like it's kind of like broken, like jagged edges.
Jagged? Oh my god.
In the wall. I'm not kidding. A huge hole in the wall. We're trying to tell our counselor. He's like, well, it is what it is.
What?
Like, no, you don't understand.
What if like a bear fucking eats me?
There's like a 1.5 meter by a meter hole in our wall. And it's cold, and you gotta remember. We're in Canada. It's November. It's like 0 degrees Celsius.
It's freaking cold.
So it's cold with that hole in the wall. I think the other windows had screens too, but it's a hole in the wall. Like, it's worse, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we get back that night. Jack's sleeping on the floor.
Because of the spider.
The spider. It's pitch black. No one can see anything. It's pitch black. The woods are right there, by the way.
Does the cabin even have lights or no?
No.
Oh my god.
The woods are right beside the hole in the wall, by the way, okay? So, like, a raccoon could come in, honestly. It honestly could. A bear could honestly come in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was gonna say, like, when you're telling the counselor the gaping hole, they're like, oh, it is what it is. Like, what if a bear fucking eats me? It's your fault, asshole.
I actually skipped a few crucial features.
No, Taylor, stop.
I gotta go back. I'm sorry.
Rewind.
So, dinner that night. Some skipping after the cabin.
After you finally made it on the boat.
So we checked out the cabin, like, what the fuck, the wall.
Yeah.
So then we went to dinner, okay?
Okay.
Dinner was disgusting, dude.
What was it?
It was like half-cooked, like, shepherd's pie.
Oh, what the fuck?
But it wasn't even cooked. Like, the beef was, like, red.
What?
It was, like, parsley red.
Camp safety. They should rename it Camp Safety Hazard. It's like, they have gaping holes in the cabin. It's like, they have a brochure, like, we have gaping holes in cabins so that, like, bears and other vicious creatures can eat you.
That's what I was getting to earlier, how, like, it looked really nice in the photos. The whole camp was a piece of shit when you got there. You're like, what the fuck? This isn't what the photo showed.
Not only because you die from vicious animals, we also undercook the ground beef so you could probably die.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all the meals.
Like, food poisoning.
The lake, everything looked really nice. I'll get to the lake later the next day. But everything looked really nice. And the photos, it looked really nice. You get there, it's a piece of shit. You're like, what the fuck's this? You gotta remember how nice he said it though. Like, I'd rather live there than my house. It looked that nice. It's a piece of shit. And
you get there, like the flesh, I guess, and you're like, this, I would not want to live here.
So it's disgusting. Dinner's disgusting. We don't eat that. They're like, no, like, that's actually, like, no. It's just like, oh. We're like, no, we're not eating that. So we get back to the thing. This guy Keaton, I remember.
Yeah.
So he brought like this massive duffel bag. We all thought he had clothes in it.
Yeah.
And he had like a backpack.
Okay.
I was like, Keaton, why are you closing your backpack? Isn't that a duffel bag? He's like, no, man. He's like, it's okay. Like, we were all good friends in the room, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, it's okay, guys. He's like, we're not eating that shit. He unzips the duffel bag on the floor. I'm not kidding. He dumps like 25 pounds of candy that he brought in his bag. I'm not kidding.
Oh my god.
So he dumped like 25 pounds of candy on the floor.
Why are you wearing the same shirt? Because all he brought was like probably like one shirt and like tons of candy.
Yeah. 25 pounds of candy. I'm not kidding. In like a duffel bag. It's full of it. He's like, we're like all eating because we're starving.
Yeah. From like,
he's like, all right, we got to save some for the rest of the 3 days we're here.
You had to like ration candy.
Yes. And we're like, well, we can't leave it on the floor.
Where'd you get it from? Like trick or treating? Because
I think he got some of it from trick or treating, but he bought a lot of it himself.
Okay, if it's November, Halloween probably just came by.
Well, yeah, like he had more candy than we got trick or treating.
True.
I think he got a lot of it from the dolly store because you get a lot pretty cheap back then.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, we're like, well, we can't leave this in the duffel bag on the floor.
Yeah, because there's a gaping hole.
And that's what I mean.
Animals
and we can't leave it just on the floor because there's a giant hole in the wall. Animals. It's like, all right, what do we do? We end up putting it like in this like really shitty drawer we found, and we like. We got like, I don't know where we got chairs from. We somehow got chairs and like...
You found a drawer?
Well, like it was like attached to the bed. Only one bed had it though. Only one bed had a drawer on it. Weird. Anyway, we found a chair and we like jammed it in. We kind of like lodged, like no animal could really like we hear it. We pretty much hear it.
Yeah.
Unless we were gone, we'd be fucked. But anyway, it was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, I think that takes care. It's like, okay, finally back to the night. Yeah. I missed a few details there, but going back.
So back to the pitch black nighttime.
It's pitch black. You can't see anything. Everyone's like, all right, we're messing around or whatever. Some guys are texting girls, making dirty jokes. I don't know, whatever. All right, guys, like let's actually
like me at recess.
Let's actually go to sleep now, guys. All right, okay, we're all tired. Night. Quiet.
Go to sleep.
It's pitch black. Remember, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face.
You could hear the sounds outside.
You can't. Yeah, you can hear like the bears going. No.
Just kidding.
You can't see anything. Dead silent. Jack, there's a spider on your pillow. What? Turns the lights on. Where? I got you, man. Oh, there's no spider. Everyone's like, ha, get one, Taylor, get one. All right. Night, guys. Jack, there's a spider on your pillow. What the fuck? Turns the lights on.
I thought there was no lights.
Oh, wait. Well, someone had a phone or something.
Okay, so you
just... there's no lights. There was no lights. It was like a flashlight or something he had.
Okay, so there's like... The cabins didn't have any, but somebody had a flashlight?
Yeah, it was like a flashlight or something. Okay. There was no lights.
He just had one, and whenever you said there's a spider...
Yeah, he brought like a flashlight, or someone brought a flashlight.
Yeah.
I don't think it was him. I think it was like Keaton, because Keaton was like a good guy. He's like, all right, let's look. I'm like, I got you again, man. Let's see. All right. Night, guys. Jack, there's a spider. What the fuck? And this one guy, Chris... Okay, obviously there's not a spider on your pillow, because I already said it 2 times and you can't see anything.
I'm so mad.
But yeah, he's actually so pissed.
It'd be funny if there's like, there actually was, and you're like, Jack, there's a spider on your pillow. Nice try, Taylor, I'm not falling for that one. Like, lays on the pillow, like, crushes the spider. Oh, God! That would have been hilarious.
So anyways, we're like, alright, we finally start to settle down, right? And remember the counselor was like attached through like this weird... ceiling hole.
Yeah, like
wall hole.
So he hears this, right? He's probably like, shut the fuck up, guys.
He thought it was funny, actually. He thought it was hilarious. That's where I'm going with it.
That's why he was like the cool camp counselor.
He was cool to a point.
Uh-oh.
I'll get to that now.
Okay.
Actually. So he's like, all right, guys, night. And we're like, yeah, night. Kyle. I don't know what his name was.
Whatever his name was.
Yeah. So he's like, hey, guys, he's on his laptop. Guys, can you hear this?
He brought his laptop camping.
Guys, can you hear this? We're like, no, but we could. Guys watching porn.
No way.
I'm not kidding.
What?
He's watching porn.
He asked you to see if you can hear it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, can you hear this?
We're like, no, yeah, seriously. There's porn. And we're like, what the fuck is he watching porn? Like, we're whispering?
Like, beating off or something?
I think he was just watching it because we were there.
He could have been like arrested for that.
But he's like turned around kind of like, you gotta remember the ceiling wall and it's pitch black so you can't see anything. There's just like this slim screen. It's like, there's no way. So we all peek our heads over because you can't see us right.
Yeah.
Straight up, dude. He's watching porn.
Oh my god.
It's disgusting. I don't think he was whacking off. He might have had like a blanket over him. It was really dark, you gotta remember. Like, we could just see the screen because it was light. Like, he couldn't even see us. Disgusting. So anyway, we go to sleep finally. We all come down.
We have a friend that said he had like, it wasn't, he said like he goes to a summer camp every year. He said one day he walked into like, one of the people was like beating off in the cabin, and he walked in on it, he's like,
Who?
Like James. He said one year. Like,
Okay, yeah.
That's a different story, but I'm saying it reminded me of that because he told us that one time he walked into his cabin and like one of his cabin mates was like beating off, and he's like, come back another time. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
I didn't lose my
It
track.
just reminded me of that.
Okay.
So he was straight up watching porn.
Yeah, so we're like, all right, we all calm down. We go to sleep finally, right?
Yeah.
It's probably like 10:30, 11 maybe. It's dark. So we wake up at 1 in the morning. We wake up at 1 in the morning to the weird kids in the other cabin because they were really weird. That's why we didn't want to go with them. We're all friends.
Yeah.
Like, now we gotta stay away from them guys.
Yeah.
And you gotta remember, those screen windows, and we're fairly close. We're not attached, but we're fairly close.
Yeah.
Screen windows so we can hear them. Like 1 or 2 in the morning, you wake up to them screaming, "Stick it in!
What?
Stick it in! Stick it in!" I wake up to this. I'm like, "What the?"
Having like gay sex.
I don't know. I don't know what they were doing.
It was a cabin full of guys, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they were weird.
Oh.
That's what we were actually. There was one friend of ours. We had one really cool friend, too.
Did he get stuck staying?
He got stuck with them because ours was full.
No, that sucks.
So he's actually with them. We don't know what happened.
You never asked him?
I don't want to know.
He's probably like traumatized.
I think he was hiding through it. He just like pretended to sleep. He's like, I don't want to see this. The counselor, shut the fuck up.
Literally?
Yeah, he like came over there and like beat their ass.
Guys.
So yeah, they finally calmed down. I just thought I had to
butt
mention
sex.
that. So the next day we wake up the morning, shitty breakfast. Don't eat it. Eat candy.
Day old shepherd's pie for breakfast.
The same thing. I think it was actually.
Day old.
I think it was. Yeah, the first day
Really?
it was. Yes. Yeah, you're right. It was
just
actually.
kidding.
I don't think it was for breakfast. We had that for lunch. We had that for lunch. The day old shepherd's.
ew.
I'm not kidding. Actually, we had that for lunch.
That's pretty gross.
It's like, all right, guys, we're going.
Don't get me wrong. I like shepherd's pie, but like the way, like I don't think I'd ever eat it if it was like at a camp.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty
So
gross.
we wake up there, like everyone went there in their pajamas. Like, all right, okay, go get
Yeah,
showered,
easy.
go get dressed. Then we'll go to the lake. All right. So me and my friends, just all of us in my cabin.
Yeah.
So everyone in my cabin, really. There's this one guy, Jack, and my other friend Ryan, who was stuck in a weird kid's cabin. So me, him, and Jack, and Chris and Keaton, we all go to this. By the way, you got to remember that the boys are on the opposite side of the island than the girls.
Girls on the other,
Completely
yeah.
opposite. So we go to the bathroom station, but when the camp runs in the summer, I guess like the stations are all nearby, but it's just boys in like one cabin, girls in one cabin, but they're all in the same area because the council. But for whatever reason, they separated us.
Yeah.
So the washroom stations have a male side and a female side, okay, and they have showers and everything in there.
Yeah.
So we all walk in the male side at first, obviously, because we're all
Yeah,
boys.
because you're male.
Yeah. The showers are like under a meter away from each other. There's like 15 of them. And the
Damn.
water's freezing cold.
So it's like something out of Saw. Like,
Imagine like the stereotypical male locker room.
want
The
to play a
lockers are
game.
like 1 foot away from each other.
okay, yeah.
That's what it was. The
Okay.
water is freezing cold. They're like a foot and a half away from each other, okay? Like
Yeah.
you're basically touching the guy beside you.
You like go to wash your back, you like accidentally touch some dude's junk. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, basically that's how close it was.
Ah!
Like if just two people are standing side by side on it, they would be touching.
Your
okay?
eyes are like, you're like closing your eyes because you don't want to get soap in them. Hey, can you pass me the soap? Dude, you're touching my balls. Ah!
Yeah, seriously. You're that close. You accidentally rub each other. That's how close they were.
That's awkward.
And it's just like one big area like that.
Yeah, like no enclosure.
No,
like,
just one big
wide
open area,
space.
wide open area with all these shower heads on the wall. There's like 15 of them. And like a square, okay?
Oh my god.
Like one side open, just the rest on the wall, okay?
Yeah.
The water's freezing cold. It's frozen. So Ryan and Jack are like, well, we'll shower here. And I think they're showering beside each other.
Yeah.
Me, Keaton, and Chris are like, nah, fuck
Screw
this.
that, yeah.
We're like, we're checking out the girls. We're like, whoa, whatever. So we go in the
Whatever.
girls.
Girls.
We go in the girls. 2 massive private showering stalls
What?
with closing doors. There's like
Was
glass.
the water warm?
The water was so warm, dude. It was like there's 2 massive private stalls.
Sexist.
There's 2 massive private stalls. They were so nice, so much cleaner than the boys. The water was nice and warm. We were like, what the fuck?
Like, screw you, pansies. We got warm water.
Like, the showers there were nicer than the shower at my house. And the girls had 2 of them. 2 massive private stalls with doors and everything.
Didn't you, like, run into any girls in there, though?
No, because they were on the other side of the island.
Oh, okay, I get it. So, like, sometimes when they have smaller groups, they would have...
Yeah, like, in the summer, like I said, like, all the boys and the girls are in the same area, like, different cabins.
I was confused. I'm like,
So
wait,
they
wouldn't
have-
you, like, run into a girl or something?
No, because remember what I said earlier? Like,
Yeah, they're on
in
the
the
other
same
side.
area. Yeah, but, like, during the summer, the reason I have a male and female station, because there's one counselor and there's boys in one cabin, the next cabin there's girls, boys, then girls. That's how they did in the summer.
Yeah.
Ours, they just boys, girls, other side.
Girls on one side of the island.
So we're like, yeah,
dudes
we're
on
not
the
going to
other.
run any girls on the other side of the island.
It's like the world's biggest, like middle school dance.
Yeah.
They just drift to one side.
So, we go, it's amazing, dude.
The showers are like, oh
the
my
shower's
God.
beautiful.
I never want to leave.
It is beautiful.
I never want to leave this shower.
I put it like that, it's beautiful. And we're like, yeah, you guys are
You guys
idiots.
suck.
Yeah, you should have came with us. They're like, you're girls. We're like, we don't care. We had amazing warm showers.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are showering beside each other's in your boxers, frozen.
Yeah.
We had amazing, like, private closed areas with nice warm water.
Yeah.
Private. I didn't have to wear
That's pretty
boxers in
funny.
the shower.
Yeah, because
So Jack
it's
and
all-
Ryan don't know if they're boxers. So there's like this weird back like cabin, like back like porch area. But it's
Yeah.
not really a porch. It's only like a meter long.
Yeah.
And then there's like forest like right there, like coming onto the porch, like attacking you.
So the bears like creep and watch people shower.
And there's like a clothesline. So they like throw their underwear on there, and we come back later.
They can't get it.
It was like dirty, like it fell and it's like disgusting. So they're like, oh
Aw.
fuck this, and they just like threw it in the forest.
I ain't wearing these again.
Probably still there to this day, honestly.
Yeah, they take
7
like
years
another.
later.
They take another class there. They're just like, okay, let's go exploring in the forest. They just find some like disgusting, dirty underwear. Like, what the fuck?
Degrading underwear.
Yeah, has like moss on it.
Remember I said we were going to the lake that day, right?
Yes.
So
How was that?
we eat our candy, whatever.
For
Shower.
breakfast. Yeah.
We start getting changed, right?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like I got back last out of showering because I think I waited for them. I was like, no, you guys can go first. I'll wait for you to use the shower.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
got back last. So like everyone's already changed. I'm like, all right, I'll start changing, right? I start changing,
Yeah.
taking my stuff out,
Undressing.
putting my swimsuit on. As I'm doing this, I kid you not, like 5 girls walk into our cabin.
When you're like naked, or like when you're like
I was
putting your
naked.
thing on.
It wasn't like that bad because I had a towel around me.
We were saying that like always happens to you.
Yeah, it
'cause
actually does.
That
yeah.
happened in another time. Like me and Taylor in grade 11 went on
The
a
girls
school.
just can't resist me.
Me
I don't know
and
what to say.
Taylor and I
But they got to see it.
in 11th grade went on a school trip to Ottawa. But we should talk about we're gonna talk about that like another podcast because it's also
Yeah.
like another long story like this one. But a similar situation happened like that like when we were in our hotel room. Anyways, we'll talk
I
about
got
it in a
another
different
long story
podcast.
about this. Almost this, not the same. Another overnight trip, Quebec for the grad trip.
Yeah,
Even longer than this one. Anyway, we'll get there one day.
yeah.
Another back in the day.
Another
Quebec.
podcast.
Quebec.
We'll
Isaiah
do-
wasn't there.
Let-
Isaiah
yeah,
was in my
let-
life at
the
that time.
Next podcast, let's do like the grade 11 one because we were both there
okay.
during that one.
And then I'll go back tomorrow.
Okay, so next one it's Ottawa trip in grade 11.
So anyway, it wasn't that bad because I had a towel around me.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's
You
just
were,
like,
you were like ass naked, like butt naked.
well, I think it was like turned around. And I like started putting a towel
Yeah,
around
yeah.
me, and then I walked in. I was like, oh
Oh,
shit.
shit, like tied it up.
So yeah, so like Ryan comes, he's like, all right, you can go to our cabin, right? So he's like, all right, whatever. We go to the lake, we're kayaking, right?
Yeah.
My friend Keaton, he's a pretty big guy, not fat, but like he's
Muscular.
like muscular and like bigger than us physically. And he
He's
got
swole.
stuck in the kayak when we're kayaking.
What?
He's
How?
like, he's physically like, he can't get out because he's
Like
so big.
swole?
He's such like a big, strong guy. He couldn't get out. Like his legs were stuck in the kayak. And his
His
kayak
thigh
was.
muscles.
Remember, this camp's a piece of shit. The lake's like disgusting, right?
Yeah.
All the kayaks are broken on like what they showed in the photos. The kayaks have like holes in them.
What?
So there's water coming in his kayak from the bottom.
And he can't get
Can't
out.
get out. He's stuck. He starts flipping over. His head goes under the water. He's like trying to get out. He can't get out.
He's like
I'm
drowning.
there's like a counselor watching us. Yeah, he's drowning. I'm not kidding.
Oh my god.
He's drowning. I'm in the
That's
kayak.
so
I'm like,
bad.
oh shit. I'm like, Keaton. I somehow like
I got you, buddy.
I amazingly stand out and doing an amazing leap in one motion out of the kayak. Like people to this day are like, Taylor, how the fuck you do that? I'm like, I don't know.
It's like adrenaline.
Like I
rush.
swept my leg. You know in kayak your legs are really long out. Somehow swept my legs up in one motion, jumped out. I jumped out like 3 minutes, not 3 minutes, like
Did like a backflip. No, I'm just kidding.
I jumped and dove in the water, this disgusting murky water. I can't
Yeah.
see anything. I just feel Keaton. Like 25 seconds to 30 seconds, I'm in the water pulling him out.
Yeah.
I finally get out. I'm in like,
You're like a hero.
yeah. I think I was in jeans for some reason, actually.
Kayaking in jeans.
Now I think about it.
You like forgot your bathing suit or something?
No, because I put it on, but
But you wear your jeans over it?
I think I actually put it on. I put it on, and I realized there was a hole in it or something.
Oh.
So it's like, all right, I gotta wear my jeans. Or you know what it was? We went swimming. We came back later.
Yeah.
And I was wearing jeans, but I was like, oh,
Okay.
right, we're kayaking. I'm not gonna go. So I'm wearing like jeans. So I pull Keaton out of the water. Keaton like almost drowned, right? He's like, Taylor,
I love you.
you saved my life. Like to this day, like he'll tell my parents and stuff, like, yeah, Taylor saved my life. Like if he didn't pull me, he's like, I don't know what I would have done. Like I would have died.
That's pretty cool, actually.
He actually said, to this day, he says that.
But didn't he like totally just stop talking to you when we like got to high school?
No, I still talk to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't think you did.
No, I still talk to him. Yeah, I know. To this day, he's like, yeah, you saved my life. Like I don't know what I would have done. The counselors, why'd you go in the water?
What? Oh my god.
My jeans were like so tight after that too. Like I could barely get them off because the water made them so. The disgusting murky water made them so tight.
What's in there? Like borax. There's like some disgusting chemical in the water that shrinks clothing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That
also reminds me when we went camping. That's another story we gotta tell. We went camping and then we went canoeing and I tipped the canoe and it was like this disgusting water.
I don't know how I did that.
That's another story for another podcast. The camping trip.
Yeah.
So yeah, you saved Keaton.
I think that's pretty much getting to the end of the stories. Let me think.
What happened after the canoe incident?
I think we went back to the thing. Oh, I have one more story, I think. Okay, so it's later that night, right?
Yeah.
So me and Keaton are good friends, right? And it's late at night. I wake up like 1 a.m. like, oh, I really gotta piss, but it's pitch black. We're in the forest. Like I got
outhouses, I'm
piss.
assuming.
Well, the washroom station.
Whatever. Yeah.
It was like not significantly far, but like it was like probably 100 meters away.
Okay.
But in the pitch black forest, and it's like a really windy, small road.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like I don't know how to get there. And I was only like 12, so I'm like or 13 or something. So I'm like,
just, like, piss on the
I'm like,
side
I don't
of
really
the
want
cat, I
to
don't
walk
even care.
there. So I'm like, Keaton, do you want to come with me? And he's like, yeah, sure, man. So we're walking there. You hear like a like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you see this thing fly. Oh shit, it's a rattlesnake! We like jump out of the way. We run in the water. I'm not kidding, dude. It's a rattlesnake.
What?
I don't know.
What is
all
on
these,
this island?
I have all
It's
these
like
crazy stories. I know.
Skull Island from
It's like
King
my life
Kong.
is like Mr. Bean. I know. All these crazy. This rattlesnake almost bit us.
That's actually pretty scary.
Almost bit us. So anyway, we're like, oh shit, right? So I take a piss or whatever. Keaton's like terrified from this thing. We almost got bitten. We like run back. So we almost got bit by a rattlesnake. We're telling, holy shit, we almost got bit by a rattlesnake. Like we weren't allowed because the counselor, right? But we're like, no, you didn't. Yes, we did. No, you didn't. You're making that up. It almost bit it. No.
No,
fuck you guys. Whatever.
It was scarier than the spider, Jack.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
They're like, fuck you guys. Whatever.
Yeah. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
So we wake up the next morning. We're like all groggy.
Yeah. All that candy.
All the candy.
Your body's just shutting down from
We're running low on candy.
Lack of nutrients.
There's only like 10 pounds of candy left.
From all the you ate like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Of it.
So we wake up the next morning. Here's not the rattlesnake. We're like, oh, what is this? Not the rattlesnake. There's like multiple chipmunks in our cabin.
What?
Getting into the candy.
How did they get in?
The wall, the hole in the wall.
No. I mean, I thought you put like a chair or something. Like, how did they get through the chair?
We don't know. Well, I think we forgot to put it back, or they found it, they went under the bed or something.
Oh.
Multiple chipmunks.
What?
Or squirrels, maybe? I don't remember.
So, did you hear like shuffling in the drawer and you're like, what the hell? You like open the drawer and there's like chipmunks. Oh my god.
They ate a lot of our candy.
That's pretty funny, actually.
So we're like, oh fuck, we're so hungry. There's no candy left though. Like Keaton's like, we're like, Keaton, you can have the candy.
We don't want to eat this shitty breakfast.
Like Keaton, you can have the rest of the candy. Like we eat so much candy. Yeah. He's like, all right, thanks guys. And he like ate a little bit, but wasn't so much left, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't 10 pounds left. Okay, there's like hardly anything left in the chipmunks. Ate, like or squirrels ate a lot of it.
Whatever they were, woodland creatures.
Yeah. So like we're hungry. Keaton needs the rest of it, but he's still hungry because we only had candy the past 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay. So we go to the thing. The chef finally decides to make a good meal.
What was it?
He's like, we eat pancakes or waffles or something. No, it's French toast. It's French toast.
That's not too bad.
We eat French toast. This is delicious.
Like,
I don't know if it's because of
the best thing they've ever made since getting here.
I don't know if it's because we were so hungry.
Probably.
The best French toast I ever had in my life. So this one guy at our table actually, he goes up and we're like, guys, you want more? Like, 'cause we're all starving. We're like, yeah, we want more.
Yeah.
So he goes, can we have another order of the French toast, please?
No.
Chef? Oh, sure, guys, last day, sure. He makes the French toast. Right before he's done, like he's putting them in the thing, the same guy walks up. Actually, sorry, no. This wasn't the last day, actually. It was the day before the last day, okay?
Okay.
No, I take it back. It was the last day. It was the last day, but it wasn't the last meal.
Okay.
So I was getting confused there. It was the last day, but it wasn't
So it was
the
like
last
the
meal.
last breakfast.
But we still had lunch to eat.
And then you would go home.
No, last breakfast, then we'd eat lunch, he'd make us lunch, and then we'd go home.
Okay.
So, he goes up, the guy's like putting them on the plate, he's like getting them done, my guy comes up, oh yeah, can we cancel our order?
What? Why?
The chef he just finished making them. God, we don't want those anymore.
I thought you were hungry.
What? For whatever reason, we were like, no.
Oh, you guys are assholes.
So then, like, we come back. I don't think I wanted them. Like, it was like a few of us didn't want it. Like, I didn't want them. A few other people. Like one
Keaton
guy
was probably like, ugh.
No, Keaton didn't want any. I remember.
Oh, okay.
But like me and Keaton, I think it was me, Keaton, and Jack. We didn't want any more. But like everyone else wanted them.
Yeah.
So like, we were okay. But they were like, no, we're hungry, right? So the guy we were like, why would you do that? The guy's gonna like spit in our food now.
Yeah. We have one more meal.
We have one more meal. He's gonna spit in our food.
You idiot.
Like, you guys are idiots. So yeah, we didn't eat lunch because we thought like straight up the chef was a dick.
Yeah, so you're like,
I wouldn't be surprised if he did spit in our food before. Probably, I don't know what he put in it now.
So, needless to say, you just like skipped lunch that day.
So anyway, we're all like exhausted, right? Oh my god.
Lack
All
of
right,
nutrients.
let's finally
from
get
all
back
the
on the
candy.
shitty boat after waiting an hour to get picked up because everyone else had to bring over.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's the bus?
You get
Maybe they're late. Wait half an hour. Okay, teachers called the bus. Oh yeah, the bus just forgot to get us.
What?
And remember, it's a 3-hour drive. So the bus is like 4 hours away.
Oh my god.
So they're a bit farther than our town.
The bus forgot to leave to get you?
They're like half an hour away from our town.
Okay.
So it's like 4 hours till they get there.
Oh my
The
god.
bus is 4 hours away. So I'm not kidding.
You're not about to go back on the boat for the island for like another...
No, because we're done there. They're like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, we're not bringing the boat back.
Well, it would take us so long to get back over, and like they're like, "Oh, your payment's done. Fuck you."
They didn't even make sure the bus was there.
Well, it's not their job. It's like two separate companies.
True.
So, what happens? Is we're just waiting, like in this park. Not
It's
a
public park.
but like a park, not a park, public park, but
Like a provincial?
like a garden kind of park
Okay.
by the harbor. Because remember, you had to take the boat to the island.
Yeah.
We just wait there for 4 hours.
So you're like bored out
We're
of
like
your mind.
we're like going crazy, starving, or like finally the buses get there.
So then you gotta sit for another 3 hours.
3 hours. We finally got home. Feel like trash.
You like
and then
slept
remember
good, ate a good meal.
We got home. It was like 7 o'clock at night. I had to walk home.
Oh what? Seriously?
Terrible.
Your friends weren't even there to pick you up?
I think no. I don't remember why, but I had to walk home. I remember.
That sucks.
That's it's about the end of it. I think we all agreed never to go back there again.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to just to like relive the memories. Like it was so bad, but it was fun in the same way.
Yeah, let's go, Taylor. You're like, yeah, this is the girls' bathroom we showered in.
I think that's the end of the story. That was probably like how long? 40 minutes of just my story.
Okay.
It was longer than I thought.
No, it's good. It's good material.
Is it? You think so?
Yeah. Next podcast we can do our trip to Ottawa with our class, grade 11. That should be a good story. A lot of funny things happened during that trip. So that should be a good one.
Anything? Any final words before we sign off?
I don't know. That was a good story, Taylor. It's pretty funny. We're probably gonna do the like I just said. We're gonna do the grade 11 trip next podcast.
Whenever that happens, hopefully soon.
Yeah,
hopefully next week.
I want to do it. It's a good trip story.
Yeah.
And I was there, so I know actually what went down.
All right. It's Taylor signing off.
Should we get our Twitters? By Twitter, I changed it. It's Silva and Gold. Silva _ gold. I had to do that because Twitter's being stupid and wouldn't let me.
I don't remember my Twitter, but it's the top of the YouTube page.
Yeah.
None of you are going to listen to this far anyway, so it doesn't matter, but go ahead and click that if you want to follow me. We tweet funny stuff. We tweet like funny photos.
I retweet a lot of funny things I see.
That aren't very funny, but he thinks they're funny.
Shut up.
Anyway, it's Taylor signing off.
Isaiah signing off.
And have a lovely, terrible night.
Lovely day.